Good morning. Today we're going to start the day off right. We're going to talk about something that everybody wants, and that is inner peace. You know, I suffered for many years with 0% peace all the time. No peace. Like the aliens, no peace. Living a life without peace is like not good. You don't want to live a life without peace because it's like you're always struggling and trying so hard and often getting nowhere. It's like there's this weight on your shoulders that is dragging you through life. And so any moment you can catch a breath of air, you take that opportunity and you cherish it, and you get these fleeting, temporary moments of peace in your life. And then just as quickly as that moment came, the moment goes away and on you march with this elephant on your shoulders. I like to look at it as like carrying big bags of rocks, or maybe just carrying one big rock. But things are only heavy when you pick them up. There's the secret. Because the truth is that we place these burdens on ourselves. We are the ones who steal our own peace. It's not our fault. Don't blame yourself. Don't beat yourself up over that. But realize that you have the power. Because if you give your power to your environment or to things outside your control, or you blame others for why you're not at peace, when you blame your life circumstances for why you can't catch a break, but then you give your power away, and that is how you remain a slave. But you know what's funny about attachments is that they don't allow you to drop them that easily. That is why they are attachments. It really is as simple as just letting them go, but it's not so easy because it's like, well, they're stuck to us. What has happened is like of how they train elephants, in that they put a stake in the ground when they are young, and then they tie a rope to their leg around the stake. The elephant is not strong enough to escape, and so eventually it gives up. The elephant grows old. Now the elephant can rip the stake out of the ground with absolutely no effort. But because it has been psychologically trained to accept its fate, it doesn't even try. So too, we are conditioned from a very young age to carry our burdens, and we never even think about putting them down. And you see, whether or not you believe in God, it is undeniable that there is a divine intelligence that is progressing everything forward. It is what makes the grass grow and turns an acorn into an oak tree. And this divine intelligence is not spiritual. It is simply energy. It is information. It is the force of order of the universe. And for those who are a bit more advanced, it is God in form. And so you see, we make the mistake of carrying all these burdens upon ourselves when God has already taken care of everything. Give your burdens to God. Just throw them all away. All of your worries, all of your fears, you don't need any of them. Dare I say, even your responsibilities as a mother or a father or a friend, or whatever your role is in society, or as a man or a woman. Controversial one today. Because all of these things will take away your peace, and your peace will remain conditional. So you will have to act in accordance with whatever it is you have identified with, or else your peace will be taken from you. What does this mean? Well, if you are a man and you hold a strong identity as a man, not a bad thing, but your mind will be focused on everything that's relevant to you being a man. And therefore, if you engage in even the slightest action that contradicts that identity, then your mind will take away your peace, because you are not acting in accordance with how you should be acting. But how you should be acting is completely relative to that identity that you've chosen. News alert. It's created in the mind. And you see, it is precisely because we get in the way that we try and do God's job, that we make a mess of everything, and then at the end cry out to God for help anyway. And so I say, cry out to God from the very beginning. Because think about it, if you're carrying all of these burdens upon yourself, how could you ever possibly be at your best for the people that need you? If you're always being stressed, if you're always being psychologically burdened by these responsibilities, wouldn't it make more sense that you could do whatever job or role that you're playing better if you were free, better if you were always at peace, better if you were happy? But perhaps we are conditioned to believe that suffering is what we are supposed to be doing. And to make a point clear, I'm not saying to throw away your responsibilities. I'm saying to give responsibility to God, to allow a power far greater than you to move and control your life. Because the fact is, if you are responsible as this feeble human creature, this feeble human monkey, then we are certainly doomed. And humans can do great things because we have powerful minds. But there comes a limit to all of us. But that which runs the world is limitless. It's eternal. So no matter what we do as a temporary being, we can never achieve the same compared to if we allow God to rule over our life or to run our life. But we don't like giving up our control. We don't like surrender. The ego and the mind will say, no, I have to be responsible. I need power. I need control. It, in a way, enjoys carrying these burdens. So it is simply the mind that prevents you from having peace. It is a prison with the gates wide open. And at any moment we can walk out. At any moment we can drop the burdens. But our desire for control, our desire to feel like we are in charge, that is what prevents us from letting go. But don't just take my word for it. Try doing things your way for a while and see how things turn out. And then try doing things God's way and see if that fails you. You see, the ego never wants to admit or realize that its efforts are futile, that there is nothing it can do. That is why it is insecure. That is why it is fragile. For the ego, life is a tragedy. But for the soul, life is just a play. So don't steal away your own peace by taking everything so seriously. Let God handle the serious business, and you handle becoming free.